Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. It would seem a rotund Wonder Woman has been doing the rounds and has caused quite some controversy. I'm seeing this for the first time today, but this article was released yesterday, and I believe this has been ongoing for like a few days now. I could be wrong, but look, I say Wonder Woman. What's your first thoughts? Gal Gadot, more muscular than Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot. Well, I don't want to mispronounce things. Apparently, that's racism now. Which, or is it thick? Is it a thick-bodied Wonder Woman? Which is the go-to? So basically, Robin Eisenberg has done. She's an artist. She does some very abstract women. If you just scroll down, you'll see. So this is her art, right? This is who she does. Very sort of thick-bodied, normally three-eyed aliens. That tends to be what she does. She calls them more realistic body types, which is a shame, really. And I think I hate that term because I think it does a disservice to anyone who just looks after themselves, basically. And doesn't gorge on. What is one of her pictures doing? Eating ice cream, I believe it is. Yes, there you go. Eating ice cream or an avocado yogurt. So I really, basically she does that. And she was asked to do a commission or something like that of a Wonder Woman image. And she did it in her own style, and it got picked up by DC. And of course, loads of people started sharing it. And then there was a lot of people saying that this isn't Wonder Woman. What are you doing? Because basically it was on a variant cover of Wonder Woman. And I agree. I do agree. It's not Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman it's inbuilt into her character to be a certain type, right? That is her character. It's actually what makes her who she is. She was molded out of clay in one version. So this ain't Wonder Woman. But obviously it's caused a lot of controversy, and of course people have doubled down, and it's very funny to take a look at. I think both sides have some validity, but let's dive into it, shall we? So artist Robin Eisenberg responded to criticism of her DC Comics and Rooster Teeth's, we know how bad Rooster Teeth are these days, Wonder Woman 1984 variant cover. So the cover was shared to the DC Nation Twitter on August 7th. Here you go. Only one word for the Wonder Woman 1984 #1 Rooster Teeth variant cover by Robin Eisenberg. Rad. The only word I have is thick. That's it. Again, it's not bad, but it's not Wonder Woman, is it? This is the thing. It's not Wonder Woman. This is the problem that people have with it, and I think it's a justifiable response. So it was quickly ratioed, with many fans responding to the post expressing their distaste and noting that the character looked nothing like Wonder Woman. So we had that Star Wars girl, friend of the channel. In fact, I've been on her channel before, and she's been on some live streams of mine. She tweeted out I think it was a fair criticism, says, what the F? Among other things, that Diana has blue eyes, not green, right? And how the hell do you F up your own IP this bad? Which I think is, literally didn't even comment on the body, that's perfectly fair and reasonable, to be honest. And then former DC Comics artist Mike Miller shared a gif of Gal Gadot and wrote, "This is Wonder Woman. Veruca salt up. There isn't. And again, this is the thing, right? So Gal Gadot is sort of a Wonder Woman character. She is who you would envisage to be, I guess, when you look at to get a bodybuilder-esque sort of high-end athlete who's also an actor. There's not very many of them. So Gal Gadot is kind of the realistic Wonder Woman. I know there's people that say she isn't muscular enough, and yeah, she isn't. But she's realistic in the terms that she's got a relatively athletic-ish figure. But she's definitely not, the proper Wonder Woman. But this is realistic, right? This is what people view as Wonder Woman now. And Stephen Wayne simply wrote, "This is not a superhero." It's not, is it? It's definitely not. At all. And then pseudonym added, "Looks like the gods revoked her beauty." Exactly, this is the thing. It's inbuilt into her character. Jax would jump on and say the colour scheme is cool, but the proportions greatly disrespect the character. And these are very salient remarks. And trust me, there are women who detest this imagery just as men do when it comes to obesity. Legit issue, yep. Rooster Teeth tried but sorely took an L with this shit. And absolutely. And then, of course, the artist would come out and basically, you know, state her opinion of it all, but also be very defensive of it and then double down on it, which is a shame. Because I think, you know, her remarks are actually justified, right? What she says makes sense, but then being defensive of it negates your justifiable, legitimate remark. So she says, so, due to the subject matter of my art, I'm often asked to draw characters inspired by iconic women. Recently, I was asked to create a piece inspired by Wonder Woman in my own style for an upcoming one-off artist collab. And then she says, I love drawing aliens with realistic body types. I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. 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 Realistic. Stop doing a disservice. To say realistic body type, it says that, you know, people who look after themselves is not realistic body type. It's realistic. You don't have to eat crap all day, every day. Like, seriously, man, sort yourself out. It really does negate people's work, you know, work ethic. It just says, well, that's realistic, so to hell with it. I'll just eat cheese and fucking ice cream whenever I want. What? Anyway, wearing a more everyday version of their Wonder Woman outfit, right? That's fine, right? I get that. And this is it. This is realistic, apparently. This is a realistic body type, apparently. It is realistic, definitely. But also, so is being fit, and that's very attainable. And it's a shame that we do a disservice by saying this. Now, she would go on and say, DC decided that they wanted to use this piece for a variant cover. So again, she was just asked, and she did what she was asked. Now, if you were asked that, you would definitely do it, wouldn't you? So again, I can see some of her remarks justifiable, some of them completely not. They asked to do it, right? They said they wanted to use it, and that's absolutely fine. No one would turn that up if they had the offer. I didn't realise that featuring a Wonder Woman-inspired character with a realistic body type would be controversial. Apparently it is. But the problem is, mate, Eisenberg, is the fact that it is Wonder Woman because it was used on a variant cover. It's not. That's being portrayed as Wonder Woman. It's not a Wonder Woman character. It's Wonder Woman at this point in time. Now, the DC Nation posted their cover on Twitter, and it was immediately met with hundreds of comments hating on her body, as well as the non-traditional art style, and on me, personally. I think most people were just annoyed that it wasn't Wonder Woman, and I think that's a fair and justifiable remark. And she would go on and say, I think one of the reasons is I was asked to do this is that it's, I'm not a traditional comic book artist, so I would present something from a different perspective. That makes sense. And then this part I don't like. The fact that this was so controversial just makes me want to continue to draw diverse body types and create more art that people can hopefully see themselves in. Strength and beauty come in lots of awesome forms, and I don't think one form negates the other. Well, it does when you're using the terminology realistic body type. That actually does negate the other body type. Do you not understand that, Eisenberg? That absolutely negates the other and does a massive disservice to it as well. It's a true shame, to be honest. And then loads of other people, kind of chimed in again and said, thank you so much to everyone for the kind words. It means a lot. Continue to enjoy art and comics that you love. A few of you that want me to respond to your criticism, but I think you should reread my above statement. I was asked to draw a Wonder Woman-inspired character, which was then used as DC for a variant cover. That's the sad part. It's DC that really... She was just asked to do something. Her comments on the back end of it are dumb, but she wasn't... It was DC that really pushed the bandwagon out here and used it for a Wonder Woman cover, which is dumb as shit. And then other people would chime in as well, and this goes to show that it's DC's fault. Robin, I'm a DC editor and I love your work. The reaction to the Wonder Woman cover on Twitter was provoked, of course, by a small group of trolls, and is not representative of the larger sophisticated and enthusiastic readership I've come to know. Your art is inspiring and your response is wonderful. Fucking jerk yourself off, you stupid scum. And that's basically it, right? This is the brunt of it all. Basically, Fat Wonder Woman causes controversy because DC did it, and that's DC's fault. So there you go. What do you think? I mean, her other art, again, the problem is realistic body type. It's not realistic. To say it's realistic does actually negate the other, and it's such a shame. So anyway, what do you think of all this? Again, a bit of a piece of nonsense really to cover today, to be honest, but it goes to show how DC are going downhill, and this is their fault. It absolutely is. Now this is someone that just draws herself, basically, as you can see there. So what do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. If you like what I do, guys, support the channel, because YouTube is really screwing things up at the moment. They're shadow banning people. I think Upper Echelon Gaming's got a video coming out on it soon. They really are just screwing everyone over. So support the channel. I've got Patreon link down below, and I've got merch underneath every single video on the Teespring. Thanks so much. Take care.